Okay, now we're going to look at 4.07, which is a review of the two verbs that you've learned that have to do with places. So when you talk about places, you're either going to be in a place or you're going to a place. So those are the two different verbs that you're going to use. You're going to use the verb estar. Remember how you feel and where you are. Always use the verb estar. So that's going to talk about where you actually are located. And the verb ir, which means you're going to. You have to be going to a place. Okay? So we've got some sample sentences up here. Now, notice whenever the question has donde, the verb is estás, or the form of the verb estar, because you're saying where. Where are you? Okay? Whenever the verb or the question word is a donde, it literally means to where. So not to where are you, it'd be to where are you going. So if you see a donde, you see that a, it's going to be ir, and if you see donde, it's going to be estar. It's a little trick. So you've got your forms here. Make sure you know all of your forms, all of your pronouns. It tells you what it means. Notice here it's got the preposition. So if you're going to be at or in a place, you're going to use en with locations and having to do with estar. And as we just said, it's when you're going to a place, you need to use a. And don't forget, if you're going to, like here, al parque, because it's el, okay, notice I am in el parque versus I'm going to the park. So you've got your review section here. Make sure you have these notes, take those notes. You've got a practice section, so make sure you open that up and go ahead and do all the activities. Now notice here, this first one is a little tricky, and again, you're looking for hints and clues. So here you're going to either choose ir or estar, but then you also have to make sure you put the right form of that verb. So you have two things to decide. So the first one, notice it says en la clase. Because it's en, you're going to use estar. That's a preposition that goes with it. And you have to change estar to the yo form since it is yo. Yo estoy. Here we've got an a, okay? It's part of the al there of estadio, but you've got an a, so which one are you going to use? Are you going to use ir or are you going to use estar? And with a, you remember, hopefully, that you're going to use ir. So do the practice. Make sure you are very careful in your practice. Click and check your answers after you're done so you can make sure you're doing it right. Ask us if you have any questions or you're not sure. And then you're going to move on to the actual assessment. So you've got a couple assessments here now. You've got 3 assessments. You've got a voice activity, okay, and you're going to record yourself reading the paragraph that you just practiced. So up here on the top here, there's some practice. You're going to listen to it, you're going to practice it out loud, and your voice activity is actually going to be reading that and practicing that pronunciation. Okay, make sure you speak clearly and slowly so that I can understand all the words that you're saying, and do your best for your pronunciation. Then you're going to have a writing activity. Now these are a little open-ended, so you have to take it step by step. It says, imagine you and your best friend. So you've got 2 people, you're planning your day together. You want to tell where you both are. So we are, right? So because you're both together right now, you're planning your day. You're going to talk about how you're feeling. Remember where you go and how you feel and where you are. You're going to use the verb estar. And 2 different places that you're going to go. So we're going to the library, we're going to the bookstore, etc., etc. And you need to have 4 complete sentences to express those ideas. So you've got 1 sentence saying where you are, 1 sentence saying how you feel, and 2 sentences planning where you are to go. That's it, you're done. So just go ahead and do those. And then your last one is your quiz. So you haven't had a quiz for a while and all this information. So your quiz is going to be on everything you've learned so far in the lesson in Module 4. Make sure you can spell those words correctly. That is, the computer will mark them wrong if you don't spell them correctly.